Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our series of building a website with Wix Studios. In this series we are covering step by step exactly how to create a website using the new Wix Studio editor. In the previous video we talked about the templates and wireframes offered by Wix versus a custom design. We outweighed the pros and cons of both and went over how to do both as well, and we also covered a little bit about the new Wix editor tools and layouts as well. So if you haven't watched that yet, I recommend watching that first and coming back here. But in today's video, we are talking a little bit more about editing your site's theme. We're going to talk about editing the color palettes, adding typography styling, and really making the site your own by adding your own branding as well. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our web development tips and tutorials. Let's get started. So the Wix site theme editor is a really powerful tool that allows you to customize the look and feel of your Wix website. You can use the theme editor to change your site's colors, fonts, and backgrounds, and even more. You can also add themed elements like buttons, menus, and icons as well. The theme editor is really easy to use even if you don't have any coding experience. You can make changes to your site's theme in real time and see the results pretty much immediately. And you can also preview your changes before you publish them onto your site. So there's three main elements that you can use and edit with your site theme. The first one is text themes. So the text themes are a set of pre-designed text styles that you can use on your Wix website, and these themes are designed to match the look and feel of your site's template, so you can just easily create a cohesive design. Then there are color themes, and this is essentially a set of pre-designed color palettes that you can use on your Wix website, and these themes are designed to be cohesive and visually appealing, so you can easily create a professional looking website. And the next one is page transitions. So page transitions are a visual effect that is played when a visitor moves between pages on your Wix website as well. Wix have about 5 different page transitions to choose from, and you do have that option as well with Wix. So let's get started editing our site theme. So we have our website here, and this is using the wireframe that we set up before in our last video. And what we're going to do to edit the actual site theme, we are going to go on the left here, and we are just looking for this site styles panel here. So with this panel in the editor, you can choose your entire site's look, feel, and aesthetic. You want to use the site design panel to choose your color and text theme and change your page backgrounds and transitions. You can then add themed elements from add panel to reinforce your site's look. So you've got the three options. You've got typography, colors, and page transitions. Start off with the typography. So with the typography, you want to choose essentially your text theme. These are the styles that's currently applied. If you click on the More Styles button, you can open a library of text styles, and these are essentially text styles that have been saved from previous websites that you've done. So it's up to you how you want to style that. But essentially, you just want to click on each heading, for example, and change the font family, change the font size, and decide if you want the text to be scaled or not. And so this is essentially a responsive option. So if you click on scale text, it's going to scale the text slightly bigger or smaller depending on the breakpoint. It's a good option to have because it makes the responsiveness of your text a little bit easier. And then you can decide some formatting things like underline, bold, or which color that you want it as well. So we're going to keep the font family as made for display, but we are going to turn it down a little bit, maybe to 50. Keep the scale text, and we're going to bold that one as well. So that's the heading 1 added. And we're just going to go through each of them and do the same. So we've got heading 2, Wix made for display, and we've got 40. That's actually fine. We can leave that the way it is. Heading 3, we can leave the sizing the way it is, but we're also going to bold it, just makes it a little bit better. And with the heading 4, we are just going to keep that unbolded, that's fine. And yeah, so you can see a little on the top as well what's being used. So you can see all of these are Wix made for display, and what they're being used for as well. And then you've got the 3 paragraph text as well. And they have the same options. So click on paragraph 1, you can decide the font family, the font sizing, and whether or not you want to scale text as well. We're going to scale this text as well as the other paragraph text as well. Your text theme will have these several heading and paragraph styles, and this basically just allows for different text elements on your site. You can adjust each style to your liking, including the font spacing and size as well. The next is the colors palette. So creating a color theme is a really important step in your site design process. When you use consistently, these colors kind of set the tone for your visitors and introduce them to your brand as well. Your color theme is automatically used across your site and in the themed elements in the panel as well. If you click on, so this is the colors here, and this is the colors that are currently being used on your site. If you click on more styles, you can decide to save colors to your library. You can open libraries as well, and you can apply styles from other libraries as well. So there are lots of ways to color your site as well. To choose and customize color theme, you just want to go over to the colors as well. And these are essentially the colors that you want to change. So the way the color themes are used on your site is as follows. So the first one is color 1, and this is background and text. So color 1 is used for the background and text across your site. So if you've added Wix apps, for example, those pages use the same background color and text. In most cases, you'll see that the brightest tint, this is tint 1 here, is the brightest tint, and that's used for the background. And the darkest tint, which is number 5 here, that's used for the text. So we recommend you create a high contrasting pairing so that the information on your site is really easy to read. So you can see here, I've changed the background color to this beige color, and you can see the background color has been changed here, and the brown color is still there as well. The next one is the action color, and this action colors are used to drive visitors to make the choices you want by using an action color that stands out. The action color is used for elements like links, buttons, and menu elements. It also appears in themed elements like buttons and boxes, as well as pages related to Wix app. So the tint in the middle is what's used frequently, so we recommend choosing one that contrasts with your background. That ensures that the most important element in your site are accessible and noticeable as well. So we're going to edit the color here and just add the color that we want, and it's a slightly more red tint. So colors 3, 4, and 5, these colors here are additional colors. So you can choose up to 3 additional colors to complete your color scheme. These are displayed in various places, so they should match and complement the other colors that you've selected as well. So we've got one color here, and we're going to add a few darker colors as well to make it a little bit more contrasting. So we've got a sort of neutral background with some reddish hues as well, to add some contrast and depth. So we've got our color styles applied. If we wanted to, if we click on more styles, we can save these colors to your library, and we can save and reuse to add to any site. Custom colors, and you can see here, and you can turn on sharing as well to share with other members of your site as well. And lastly is page transitions. So with the page transitions, they essentially allow you to change how people navigate throughout your site. This can be really this can create a really fun and lively navigation experience for your visitors, and encourages them to keep exploring as well. So if you go into page transition, you can click on which type of transition that you want, in or none. You can only view the transition on the published site, so you won't be able to see it in previews, is the only thing. So that's really it. Once we have that set up, you can see the rest of our site now follows that kind of background that we've selected, and the colors that we've selected as well. So it just means now that when you add elements, we don't need to style them as much because they'll follow the style pattern that we set for them. What's really good about the editor is that everything is auto-saved, so we don't need to save as we go along. The only thing that we'll need to do is publish whenever the site is ready to launch. But that's it. That's your site editor done, your theme editor done, and we can go ahead and start actually building out the website. So some of the benefits I've seen now of using the setting up a site theme on Wix includes consistency. So a site theme will help you create a consistent look and feel for your entire website, and this can help improve your website's usability and make it more visually appealing to users. A well-designed site theme can make your website look more professional and polished, and this is really important if you're using your website for business or e-commerce purposes. Setting up a theme can help you save a lot of time and effort when designing your website, and you don't have to worry about choosing colors, fonts, layouts, as everything is already done for you. Wix site theme is highly customizable, so you can create a unique look for your website, and you can change the colors, fonts, images, and other elements of the theme to match your branding and style. And it's really easy to use. As we've seen, we didn't need any coding to set up a theme for our text and our colors. We just select the colors that we want for each element, and then we customize it to our liking. Overall, it's a really great way to create a professional and visually appealing website without having to spend too much time and effort. So it helps as well. So there are some things that you need to consider when choosing the fonts and colors for your theme. What you want to keep in mind is your branding. So your fonts and colors should match your overall branding. So if you already have a logo or a brand color, use them throughout your website. You want to consider your target audience when choosing your fonts and colors. So for example, if you're targeting a younger audience, you might want to use brighter and more playful colors. If you're targeting a business audience, you might want to use more subdued and professional colors. You want to make sure your fonts are readable and avoid using too many different fonts or colors on the same page. You should also make sure that your text is large enough to be easily readable on all devices. Consider people with disabilities when choosing your fonts and colors. For example, avoid using light text on a light background because this is going to make it really difficult for people to read. And create a balance between your fonts and colors. You don't want your website to look busy or overwhelming. Use a variety of fonts and colors, but make sure they all work well together. So use a limited number of fonts, no more than 2 or 3. In our site theme, we used the same font for all the headings, and then the paragraph text was slightly different but worked well together. It makes it look really cohesive. You want to choose fonts that are easy to read. You want to use complementary colors. You can use a color wheel to help you choose colors that go well together. You want to use contrasting colors for your text and background, and you want to test your fonts and colors on different devices, including computers, tablets, and smartphones as well. And that's a wrap for today's video. We covered how to edit the site themes and basically what makes a good site theme as well. In our next video, we are going to go over and start actually building the website, starting with the header. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay updated to when that's out. And any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.